Hey guys, backyard engineer, backyard storyteller, back again. Right, made a decision here. So, my shed. Now, Jack doesn't normally live there, it's normally underneath there, but it is an absolute living shit tip. I got given this aluminium sheet the other day, which I've used to cut up and make a fuel tank for the pickup, but I haven't got rid of the crap yet. There. Piece of metal I've been using for rolling, but yeah, my shed is a shit tip, absolute shit tip at the moment. We've got the front inner tubs for my old man's TR4. I've got a pile of alley on the go, SMRs, dolomite. I've put my trolleys and things up there. I've got the 16-inch TRX alloy. These were 390 millimeters, which is 15.37 inch. I've now turned that into 16, and on this one I've got the 15-inch Capri Gia alloy. But shit tip. All this crap here basically has come out of the COE because we've been making a new floor for it, so that's nearly all done now. The back of the truck, when ages ago it was all scaffolding board and everything was kind of piled on nicely, but that's not happening now. These are the seats my buddy Rob's got for his COE. They're Volkswagen Type 2, I think, and we've had to shorten that one by just under 4 inches to make it fit. All the crap. It's all crap. I watched a video the other day, and it basically says this guy was going into a shed in his teens, and he's looking around, and he says, "Dad's got so much stuff." And then in his 20s, he gets his own shop, and he says, "I've got my own shop now. I need to get some stuff." Then in his 40s, he turns around and says, "I finally got enough stuff. I'm finally a man." And then in his 50s, he walks into his shop and he looks around and he says, "Look at all this shit." So yeah, it is. It's all shit. So because when I was tidying up downstairs and a couple other videos, I mean, I would say that I wasn't getting much done, but I find if I'm not active and basically talking to the camera as I go, then I basically get bored. I'll start on another project, and some project will just get abandoned on the floor and it ends up like this. So yeah, I'm going to find somewhere to put the camera up, and I'm going to work on an area and get into telling some other stories. But it's finding a place for everything and everything in its place. But it's like these two Clark welders. They both work. What do I do with them? Half the crap on the shelf is different projects. I mean, that's the suspension for the Maxi, which I've still got to weld on some unions, gas them up, fit them back to the car, if I can even find the bolts. And there's tools here that don't work, there's batteries here that don't charge, it's all disorganized. Down this route, I bought a Peugeot 405 Estate the other day, and it had 4 knackered tires, so I've had to buy 4 wheels with tires on it, and I'm now left with the wheels. I've got to get rid of those. I've got piles of tools going on and around. I'm going to sort all of those out. I want to dig out my Granada soon, so I'm battering into this Ford F1 to get it finished. But saying that, I've also got this guy who's had this set of wheels which I've made for him, and I've finished them. They're done. They're ready just for a final clean up and posting. But this edge wasn't true on the other front. It had like about 3 mil of deflection. It wasn't nice. So by the time I'd skimmed it out, it felt like a CD. There's no thickness to it. So I've welded on another another front. So I'm just in the process of boss welding that one out. So I do a nice neat weld all the way around, get some full penetration on the go. As you can see, she is melted all the way through. So what I'll do now is I'll weld up that edge and I'll give that a skim and I'll make it nice. I'll put a nice little radius curve into there. But yes, so the F1 I've got a batter into. And yes, it's just getting through it all. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to find somewhere to plank this camera and get it going on. Ooh, front bumper. This front bumper is off the COE here, and it's all bent and twisted and all the rest of it. But if you see that I've scribed some marks on there, that is basically all the profiles of the pieces which I need to replicate the shock mountings which are on this F1. In fact, I'll show that, because this was a nice piece of engineering the guy's done, but I wouldn't say it was that great. But yes, I'm liking these shock towers. So basically I've templated everything off these shock towers onto that bumper, so I'm going to cut out all the flat plate out of that bumper. Seriously considering taking the best parts out of my bead roller and scrapping that as well, or maybe cutting it up into usable pieces, because I really want to make another one, a better one. I've still got drills, mill pieces, lathe pieces up here from where my lathe used to be, and that's all got to be sorted out. But just piles of tools and crap, and an extension lead which doesn't work anymore. I know why it doesn't work, but I haven't got the screwdriver bit to take that apart to put the wire back in. But yeah, I keep complaining about it, but I think now I'm just going to have to bite the bullet. Oh, BMW Type 32, 16-inch. Now, I needed a rear section for that wheel. I ended up with going to scrapyard and I got a wheel and tyre of a BMW, which was actually the perfect fit. As you can see, I've stolen the rear of that and I've put it on there. Oh, even better. That's the edge which I cut off because it just felt very, very thin. It is actually about 2.5 mil. It should have been about 3.5, so I've removed about 1.5 mil out of it, which was still strong enough, but I didn't want to trust it at all, so off it came. But normally I use BMW Style 33 turbine alloys, because if you see that lip which is there, it's normally about half of that when I do a Manta wheel. But basically I've looked at these 32s and it's got a nice depth there, because this section here, the flat, where is a decent camera angle? The flat there is what I use. So I will spin these out to turn this into an outside hoop, and basically you've got your outside hoop and you've got the section where the Manta face drops into. So even though these wheels are knackered and buckled, yeah, I can still turn these into a nice 3-piece alloy. So these were on a E30 estate car and they didn't quite clear the suspension, and there's basically the rear of them are buckled, so they're scrap anyway. But got another 2 Manta alloys under there which are basically holding this thing up. So yes, I need to find a place for everything and everything in its place, and it's starting to get close to winter now, so I'm going to have to start looking and tidying this area up to get that back on the go. But also because it's coming up into winter, I'm going to kick the furnace up, so I've basically got a decent pot of alley on the go most days, so that thing kicks off some heat. So if I put a little fan next to that as well, that will keep the place nice and toasty and warm. But yeah, a place for everything and everything in its place. That is what's going to happen today. Laters, dudes.